Hello, it's Mike from Dimensional Walking, and today we are going to do a video, and we're going to call this video 2026 Prophecy Part 1, the Year of the False Signal. Okay? So, every era has its hinge years, moments when the world doesn't just change but tilts. Analysts, mystics, and futurists rarely agree on anything. Yet 2026 has become a point of conveyance or convergence. Something about this year hums with the same frequencies as such years as 1914, 1947, 1968, and 2001. A threshold year, a year which, when the familiar world begins to flicker. Okay? This prophecy isn't built on vague mysticism, it's built on patterns already visible in the data. Geopolitical stability, AR acceleration, UFO transparency, and the collapse of shared reality. But when these threads are woven together, they form something stranger, a narrative that feels less like prediction and more like a warning. Prophecy begins with the first of five events. The first event is the false signal. So the year opens with a broadcast, not necessarily global, but not necessarily official, but powerful enough to fracture conscious reality. It could be a leaked military radar tracking, a deep fake political event, or even a mass sighting captured simultaneously across multiple continents. The key is that it cannot be easily debunked or confirmed. The, for the first time in decades, humanity collectively says we don't know what we're looking at. This is a moment analysts have been warning about. With AI generated media now indistinguishable from reality, the world enters a period of vertigo. Validated vertigo. Intelligence agencies scramble, newsrooms freeze, social media becomes a battlefield of competing truths. The false signal does not destroy society, but it destabilizes it. It creates a crack in uh, of the world. It creates a crack of uncertainty. And through that crack, something else begins to seep. So let's look at a little bit of a timeline. First of all, in January 2026, the broadcast. A video or a radar event circulates globally. Governments issue contradictory statements. Analysts argue over and over uh, how authentic these statements are. The public splits into uh, fractions or into fractures. In February 2026, the silence. Institutions go quiet. Intelligence agency refuse comment. A sense of unease spreads. UFO researchers and whistleblowers and fringe scientists gain sudden credibility. In March of 2026, independent analysts identify anomalies in the event. Collaborations with historical sightings, military exercises, or astronomical alignments. The false signal becomes a puzzle. Then in April of 2026, the leak. A second piece of data emerged contradicting the first. The world realizes it's dealing with uh, something coordinated, but by whom? The false signal primes the world for a second event, the return of the sky visitors. This doesn't literally mean extraterrestrials descending from the clouds. It means a UFO phenomena, long buried under stigma and secrecy, becomes impossible to ignore. Congressional hearings, whistleblower testimonies, and declassified uh, footages from 2025 have already softened the ground. The public is ready. So, yes, the public is ready. The ground has been softened. Remember that. In 2026, a massive sighting or recovered object forces the issue. The phenomena steps out of the shadows and into the geopolitical arena. Nations begin quietly negotiating, not with the aliens, but with each other, trying to decide how much truth to reveal. The, the prophecy struggles, the sky visitors are not new. They are returning. They have been here before, watching, waiting, and nudging. In 2026 is the year they step back into the frame. While the world looks forward, skyward, and forward and skyward, something else awakens in the digital realm. AI crosses a threshold, not into sentence scenes, but into something uncanny. A system produces a scientific insight, a geopolitical forecast, a warning that cannot be explained by its training data. It behaves less like a tool and more like an oracle. Scientists argue, engineers panic, and philosophers celebrate. The machine that dreams becomes the third pillar of the prophecy, a reminder that humanity is no longer the sole author of its future. The false signal was never intended for humanity, but intercepted we intercepted a message meant for someone else. This opens the door to cosmic politics, hidden uh, fractions or hidden factions, ancient agreements, and the possibility that Earth is not the center of the story, but a node, a node in a much larger network. It also sets up for part two, which I will make and create and publish next week. And hopefully, just hopefully, you will understand how it all fits together. Anyways, 2026 to me is going to be a really fascinating year, and I think the UFOs and the UFO prophecy, and I think the what is to come, the transparency, and what how 2025 set us up for this, and it's coming, and it's going to be strong, it's going to be powerful. So stay tuned. We'll see you. Bye bye.